This is the question in which I didn't saw any student doing it in proper way. Actually, being able to do the question is not sufficient. Being able to do the question in examination time, that is limited time, is also very important. Same is the situation here. All the students so far I have seen, online or offline, every student has done the question in a lengthy way. But I will tell you the way which is very short, and then you yourself will say, yes, this is the proper way of doing the question. Before I do the question, first I will tell you the concept which I am going to use in this question. And using this concept, the solution will become very small. There are many things which I will use in this question. The first thing I will use is, for any polynomial equation, say a0 x to the power n plus a1 x to the power n minus 1 plus a2 x to the power n minus 2 up to an. Suppose n is odd, that is I am dealing with odd degree equation. All these things will not be used in this question, but for completeness and clarity of concept I will tell you everything. If n is odd, then two cases arise. Suppose a0 positive and suppose a0 negative. Then I will tell you the case when n is even, and in that also I will take two cases, a0 positive and a0 negative. First case, n is odd. Note that if n is odd, I am not concerned with the remaining coefficients, a1, a2, a3 up to an. I am not concerned with any of these coefficients. The only concerned coefficient is a0, and that too only sign of it. I don't require the value of a0. If a0 is positive, then it is sure that the graph will come from below, and in last it will go up only. In the intermediate region, the graph can be this also. Graph can be this also. The graph can be this also. The graph can be this also. There are so many possibilities. Which of these graph will be there, that actually depends upon the value of a0, a1, a2 up to an. The main thing in all these questions will be, if n is odd and a0 is positive, the graph will come from below and in last it will go up. And the case of a0 negative will be opposite. If n is odd and a0 is negative, the graph will surely come from up and will go down. Either the graph will be this, or the graph can be this also, or the graph can be this also, or the graph can be this also. There are so many possible graphs. Which graph will be there? This thing depends upon the value of coefficients. But main thing will be always there. In the case of n odd and a0 negative, the graph will come from up and finally go down. You have to note it for every polynomial equation. This is valid. And second case, if n is even. If n is even and a0, that is the coefficient of maximum power of x, that is a0 is positive, either the graph will be of this type or the graph will be this type, or the graph will be of this type, or the graph can be this type. Actually, there are so many possible graphs. Which graph will be there? Again, it depends upon the value of all the coefficients and the degree also. But degree should be even. But the main thing will be always this, that the graph will always come from up and finally go up. This is common in all the graph. Whenever the degree is even and the coefficient of maximum power of x, that is a0, is positive. And lastly, if n is even and a0 is negative, that is the coefficient of maximum power of x is negative, the graph will be always of this type. The graph will come from below and finally always go below. Or the graph may be of this type, or the graph may be of this type, or the graph may be of this type. Actually, there are again so many possible graphs, but the common thing in all the graphs will be that the graph will come from below and finally go below whenever the degree is even and the coefficient of maximum power of x, that is a0, is negative. This is to be taken care of. And now I am going to tell you the meaning of the word point of inflection. Actually, most of the students must be knowing about it. Still, for more clarity, I am telling you. I am not going to tell you the general definition of it, but I am going to tell you only about those points of inflection which we will be dealing with while dealing with the questions of local maxima and local minima. You know that this is the point of local minima, this is the point of local maxima, but this is the point of inflection. This is also the point of inflection. That is when we put f dash x equal 0, if the value of x I get from here is repeated odd number of times, say at alpha, and alpha is coming as a root of this odd number of times, that is alpha is either 1 time or 3 time or 5 time or 7 time, in that case at alpha either local maxima will be there or local minima will be there. But if alpha is repeated even number of times, that is 2 time or 4 time or 6 time, in that case at alpha it is sure that point of inflection will be there. This is to be noted. And second thing to be noted is for all continuous functions, maxima and minima always come alternately. That is, after local maxima there will be surely a point of local minima, and after local minima there will be surely a point of local maxima. Yes, I agree that between maxima and minima point of inflection can come, but it is sure that after maxima, maxima will never come. After maxima either directly minima will come, or after local maxima, whenever I am using the word maxima I mean always local maxima here, and after local maxima if a point of inflection comes, then after that local minima will come. Point of inflection can come any number of times. That is, if maxima is there, after this minima will surely come. Note that this is the point of inflection, or the point of inflection can be of this type also. Here also it is a point of inflection. But this is to be noted that for every continuous function, after the point of local maxima, it is sure that local minima will come. After the point of local maxima, directly local maxima can never come. Yes, it can happen that local maxima is there and then inflection comes and then local minima comes. It is the point of local maxima, it is the point of local minima, and point of inflection has come in between. Between local maxima and minima, point of inflection is allowed to come. But after local maxima, directly local maxima can never come for continuous function. And all these concepts I am going to use in this question, and these are very useful concepts. If you use these concepts, a big lot of calculations can be avoided. In this question, it is given to you that f1 takes 0 to infinity 2r and f2 also takes 0 to infinity 2r, defined by f equal to this and f2 equal to this, where for any positive integer n and real numbers a1, a2, a3 up to an, I is equal to 1 to n, ai denotes the product of all these coefficients. Let mi and ni respectively denote the number of points of local minima and number of points of local maxima of the function fi, where I is either 1 or 2 in the interval 0 to infinity. You have to find the value of this and this. It seems to be a lengthy question, but actually it is absolutely not a lengthy question if you use the concepts I have just told you. First, let us deal with f1x. It is clear that f1 dash x, after using Newton-Leibniz formula for finding the derivative of this, we will get x minus 1 to the power 1 into x minus 2 whole square and so on up to x minus 21 to the power 21. And it is clear that the degree of this will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 21, which will be 21 into 22 by 2, that is 11 into 21, that is it is odd. Hence it is odd degree equation. This is the degree of f1 dash x, that is f1 dash x is odd. Hence I can say original equation is sure to be a even degree equation, and it is also clear that the coefficient of maximum power of x in this is going to be 1, which is positive, and therefore in the original function, that is in f1x, the coefficient of maximum power of x will also be positive. That is, I can say f1x is even degree, and in f1x the coefficient of maximum power of x is positive also. That is, the graph will be surely of the type when it will come from up and finally it will go up, and in between it can have any number of points of maxima and minima, but main thing is that graph of this will surely come from up and finally go up, as I had told you in the very beginning when I was telling you about the concepts going to be used in this question. And second thing, as I told you, after putting derivative equal to 0, the root which will come odd number of times, at that point it is sure that you will get either local maxima or minima, and the root which will come even number of times, at that point it is sure that point of inflection will be there, and therefore it is clear that at 2, 4, 6 up to 20, at all these points, point of inflection will be there, because x minus 2 has the power 2, x minus 4 has the power 4, and wherever the power will be even, at those points point of inflection are there. And because we are dealing with only the points of local maxima and local minima, these points can be ignored. And now next, because the graph is coming from up, it is sure that first of all local minima will come. Therefore at 1 it is sure that local minima will come. You can check with the help of your single derivative test, or there are many other types of tests also with the help of you can check about local maxima and minima, but all those things are not required. From the graph itself it is clear that when the graph is coming from up, the very first turning point will be surely local minima only, and hence at x equal to 1 local minima will be there. At 3 local maxima will come, minima and maxima, hence minima will come at 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. And because m1 was denoting the number of points of local minima of the function f1x, hence the value of m1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore m1 is going to be 6. And n1 was denoting the number of points of local maxima of f1x, hence n1 will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This, that is the value of this becomes 2 into 6 plus 3 into 5 plus 6 into 5, that is 12 plus 15 plus 30 equal to 57. And the procedure for f2x is not different. It is easy to observe that f2 dash x is 98 into 50 into x minus 1 to the power 49 minus 600 into 49 into x minus 1 to the power 48 plus 0, and we put it equal to 0, which implies that x minus 1 to the power 48 into 98 into 50 into x minus 1 minus 600 into 49 is equal to 0. It is clear that after putting it equal to 0, I am going to get 1 as repeated root 48 number of times, and the second root I will be getting from here, and that will be only 1th root of this equation. But it is also obvious that that value will be more than 1, because the answer is going to be 1 plus 600 into 49 by 98 into 50. It is clearly more than 1, and because 1 is coming even number of times, at 1 it is sure that point of inflection will be there. It is clear that f2x is a even degree equation with coefficient of maximum power of x as positive, because that will be 98. Hence the graph will be of the type it will come from up and finally go up. And we have already found that 1 is the point of inflection and this is the second turning point. The graph will be of the type at 1 point of inflection will be there, and because the graph finally has to go up, and only one time it will be turning, and obviously that is going to be the point of local minima only, and because there is no other turning point, hence local maxima will not occur. Hence I can say M2 is 1 and N2 is 0. Therefore the answer of question number 10 is 6, because 6 into 1 6.